before. He has to take a dry duel, and now he's under a lot of pressure. Can't hit one shot, and Regon's P250 will finish him off. And just like that, the B bomb site is under their control in a 5v4 as well, and there's no kit picked up on the ECSTATICS side right now.
Synopsy. Oh no, can't find either. It's not the greatest of ways to start the retake, but from Sky, oh my good god, ECSTATICS, they find all the kills and it's all on GXX. The B side was theirs, but now it's the Danes. And with the defuse coming in, it will very much be an ECSTATICS pistol round going their way. Unreal.
That one's all Synopsy in the end. I mean, it's very difficult on pistol rounds to kill people in the back. Everyone knows that. But
it's their time to run with it. They go for a bit of a half buy here. Bad news, Eagles. Synopsy dipping his toes into a Deagle half armor as he fires off the first shot, looking for a second as well. But the P250 of Sineri, hold on a second, with 3 for null on long. The M4 of Manx able to take one with them. The scout as well to fire down. 45 points of health here on the Danish rifler. He'll find the first headshot onto GXX, but a 2 versus 3. And look at this positioning from Juan Flatro. He's got himself the entirety of B to himself.
This is an interesting one. Regon is nowhere near with the bomb yet, though, and there's a great chance Dafu could cut them off here. Coming in through lower, he hears it, but he's just going to miss the timing. Might catch the third player, though. There we go. He does get one Flatro, but Senna is actually keeping the line right now from T-Spawn. He's trying to fake it out, just trying to waste as much time as possible, and he hits the insta-dink. Dafu, no chance on that one. What a great recovery. Like a Dafu duel to win every day of the week. Now it's all down to Manx. 1v2. He knows where one is, and he knows where the other should be on site. He's locked off that second player from tunnels, up close toward Regon, but that's a close-range flick. And BNE will hit. He'll now come in, as we see 2 rush towards lower. I think Thatcher needs to be a little bit careful, so they should cover his back. And actually, they lose that jump to Thatcher, but there's plenty of rifles still here. Right. Bombs now in CT's control. What's just gone on here? Information gleamed top mid, but it seemed like the tunnels players weren't entirely ready for it. Even with that pre-Molotov, this is now a tough one for BNE.
He's got swamped. Deagle drawn by GXX. The other 2 players on rifles, if he can get Dafu gone without taking damage, that's good. Flash going to be lobbed in as well. Synopsy just holding the angle, but Max will have him covered. The AWP in a 1 versus 2. Molly, oh, it could be good, but no, it lands shallow. First shot, GXX, oh my word, Manx. A tick to the Molly, but the
at this sort of level, they don't have a chance to pick here, but Synopsy close up again, hits a headshot, but this time Dafu answers back with 3 great kills toward mid doors there. Bit of a lineup from BNE, not what they wanted, and Dafu takes advantage of it.
Brilliantly taken care of. Juan Flatro will spot the Falas of Fascia. It will not stop the bomb making its way towards the A site, but the numbers game certainly should put the seal of approval down to make it a 3-all scoreline. Bomb won't even get planted. Sineri, he'll take a fight, finds the first. Oh, it's messy. It's so messy. But from 4 at this flank. BNE won't expect this. If they go quick, life's good. If they don't, it's going to sting for them. Flash over the top. Smoke towards CT, and look at this, they're just going to be delayed. The Molly's chucked in from behind, Bird from Sky. Oh, timing! Regon will be kicking himself that he didn't pick up on that, and he will fall because of it. GXX responds, and now they're livid because there's a second man behind. Dafu will find one, Fascia to follow up, and the Orpazzello to claim the last. ECSTATICS with a 6th.
Dafu on the angle toward window, the very tight line as well, looking to flash for his teammate, and this could work out nicely. Information for Bird from Sky. You can see it through the wall there with our X-ray, and he takes down one Flatro. Another excellent pick from ECSTATICS, just using these protocols to great effect right now, flashing for each other, and it's working out really well. Manx will miss that shot with the AWP, but he's supported by Dafu, and that tag that he hit is enough for Dafu to get 2 more kills. Great trades from GXX, but he would need the ace to win this one. And a lurk smoke from Bird from Sky already is making GXX wary of that door play. He's going to be allowed to get the bomb planted, actually. Bird from Sky not pouncing on that, but with an AWP and a 1v3 on the B side, he has to go for an aggressive pick, and Zello's just waiting in CT for that. Smartly played, and ECSTATICS will confirm their lead on the half. It seems like they've changed quite a lot of things, and maybe going a little bit more aggressive than they were before. It looks like Max could be rammed down toward B, and that's 2 misses, unfortunately, from him. He'll be upset about that. But they haven't smoked the doors yet, and that gives Dafu a chance to respond. toward the window, try and molly off Big Box. That should push Fletcher a little bit closer toward the side. But now with the smokes up, even though Dafu gets that frag through the smoke on Stennis, putting the tracers, I reckon it's going to be quite a hard retake. Look at this utility they're lining up. The jump throw incendiary. Force Fletcher out the corner, and in they come, but in comes the lineup from Synopsy. Gets both, and now GXX has a 1v1 to play. It's against Dafu. He does have a kit, so he can take his time. Is he aware that he's going back toward the window? He's taking so much time as Dafu. He's looking for it now as GXX. Oh, the timing is unreal. Here's a jump. In comes Dafu, and away he leaps in, catches GXX off guard. ECSTATICS, despite it being a 4v4, all four players are actually there for BNE. They're stacked up on top of each other right now. Not often you see that being so patient, but it's going to work out for them. GXX gets both, and he's looking for the duel towards short as well. Helped out by Synopsy. Great stuff from BNE. That's the teamwork we want to see. All four together. They've done so much damage to Manx on the secondary AWP. Regon will push him down. And Dafu is left wondering, damn, I thought we had control of that one, boys.
I mean, you're in the man advantage, weren't you? And then all of a sudden it just goes to hell. Super promising. ECSTATICS have themselves some thinking time. Then again, they of course are 9-4 up. That's still such a hell of a scoreline, right? And, you know, even if this is to go as south as possible for the ECSTATICS boys, and they are to lose the remaining 3 rounds, 9-6 at the half is definitely still something that ECSTATICS can work with. They're looking good on Dust 2 as of right now. Dafu will find one of the exit. Oh, legged up.
They're about to push through elbow.
Zello with the AWP, though, on this angle. They've got to be careful. And the AWP shot, of course, it connects. Why wouldn't it? Second with the M4. It's a double, in fact, for Bird from Sky. Flatro and GXX left alone. And, well, you're going to be asking for a lot here, aren't you, if you want them to be winning this round. Flatro will find one, but with 7 seconds left, the bomb is dropped, and GXX 4 seconds. Time with this MP9, or he could get absolutely deleted. Through the molly goes the T players of ECSTATICS, but Rigon with a double. Don't wait for the door smoke either, as Rigon will find a hat trick. Rigon looking for 4. Zello will deny. Bomb picked up at least. MP9 in his pocket as well. Fasher low HP out towards A. More problems for Zello here as he right clicks the smoke. Trying to bait in these BNE players. He's just waiting, buying time. Fasher, eyes on one, sees the second, but Flatro will spot him as he turns around. And Zello now left alone in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, not much hope in this one, but just the MP9 can get rushed on. Actually, they don't spot him immediately, but in the end they take him down and survive with all 3. 4K in the previous. You have to try and deny this long play. Fletcher, we saw him get a beautiful play with the M4A4 just the other day on this map. And Fasher is not having the best of luck in this game. He's spraying a smoke, and I think a stray bullet has taken his teammate Dafu out, which is not the best situation. And now Rigon is getting reflashed in toward long. They're going for a triple retake again, and it's working out. GXX gets 2, Celery gets the last, and just like that, they're looking to try and win out this round. But Bird from Sky stays up on 2 health. Problem is, he's got a 1v1 against Synopsy, who is full health.
Brilliant. The 1 versus 1. The Vuvu's Whalers in the background. Hyping this one up as good as it gets. Synopsy making his way on the angle. Oh my god, Bird from Sky.
Okay.
What a shot that was. That's cracking. The reset of the economy, that would sting. Even more so because they'd have to take another eco. And then ECSTATICS, they are merely only 2 steps away from winning this entire map. That's how much the full buy means to them. Manx starting things off beautifully here for the T side of ECSTATICS. The 5-on-4 picked up. They're looking good here, the Danes.
Yeah, they're looking pretty solid right now. Another opening pick in this one. Seems like they found the clue. Now we're going in toward long. Oh, it's going to be a round where we take a dry duel towards CT. It is going to be one of those rounds, and Bird from Sky wins his duel toward GXX. Flatchu trying to help out, but that is the one thing hits to pistols, and he's kept himself alive consistently. Big on toward mid, trying to defend this to B split coming in, and he's doing a great job. Fletcher even spraying through that smoke, actually getting an extra kill. And this flash from GXX could send him in for more. In comes Bird from Sky, but Synopsy holds firm. And Fletcher will get one more on towards Zello. It's all down to Dafu. 24 and 10 in this map so far, and he make that
Oh,
25. Now a 1v2. He does have the ball on his back. 25 seconds to go, and Senna's actually quite a long way away from this one. Dafu, if he can isolate one more of these duels here, he could have a chance. But he's let Senna advance a bit closer. And in they come. That should deny it, and yeah, in the end, the fate went. 16-1 it was to ECSTATIC in the Pinnacle Cup. Fasha's only got 2 kills on this half, I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, that includes that team kill as well that he got. And obviously trying to counter this boosted up AWP with the scout of his own, and he does manage it with a lovely shot to remove Zello. But there's still a long way to go. They're going in toward Beast, and obviously getting more shots with the scout right now. What is it with these scout plays whenever I cast Republic? Unbelievable from Synopsy. We saw it from Zello the other day. Now
this could get scary as the AK starts to barrel bullets through it, the ammunition being expended. Manx will eventually trade. Bird from Sky appears. GXX though with the AWP will find another.
Look at the nade damage. Look at the nade damage. Dafu, Manx and Zello all taking a significant chunk there. Not a single one of them is above 57 health. And there are so many CTs here to defend this one. Regan holding the tight line. Zello's going to miss his shot as well. But he doesn't get punished for it. But look at Regan. He's creeping up with Senna right now. And even that little boost in the edge of the site only gets a 1-for-1 for both Manx and Dafu. Now it's all down to Zello. Does get one. Oh, so close to the flick. Shots are being missed right now from Regan. How on earth is that one panned out? Bomb planted. Afterplot utility still available for ECSTATIC on this one. How on earth did BNE stay alive here?
Molly drops in. Manx having a look towards the double doors. BNE. They're going to be going for the retake. It's all out. That Molly hasn't reached the back corner, though, and it still hasn't. Dafu will remain alive, and he'll be undetected. No, it burns at the last second. Now down to 2. Bird from Sky. He's the only man left. He's got the AWP. Scenario to take him down. They've got kits. They've got time, and BNE to push us to a full 30. Rigon has to move away, and both players now going to be taking position from CT. They're moving back towards tunnels. A 2v2, round 30. There's no point not going for this one, but it's a double AWP retake for the CT side. So with the utility pouring on out, the clicks of the scopes will be heard. Zello will fire off. It's the first kill for Dafu. Rigon, he'll find one more. Deagle drawn out as he spots the arm of Zello. Fires off again. A nade to close in the gap. And now it's only 2 shots with the Deagle required. But Rigon does it with 1. So indeed, because we go to overtime.
Holding W. This site play from ECSTATIC is looking a little bit rough right now. Dafu's on his own towards short. And he has 2 players to hold him, but unfortunately, GXX is going to get caught. Now, Senna has to turn his attention to long. Zello is here, along with Senna. That's a really good frag on the swing, but Manx and Fasha will answer back. Now it's Flatcho from Gandalf, and a big flank coming in from Synopsy. He spots one, but doesn't see the player car. Doesn't react to it quick enough, but he still wins the duel, and in comes Flatcho. That's the bomb on the side, and he even jumps up to take Fasha in CT. Flatcho doesn't give a damn. He's really turned up at the... But GXX has the line held. Mollies and flashes will come in for this one. GXX might have to be forced away, and he will. That smoke will come in from a teammate, rather than him deploying his own, and they will jump into pit, but this guy gets caught. GXX can spot it. Lots of space in the smoke, but he gets a second. How's he managed that one, then?
GXX just continues to fire through, now tucked away in the corner, not allowing any utility to try and take him down, and the rest of the teammates swing out towards long. They're comfortable with this one. Fasha, 9 kills in 32 rounds so far. This is number 33. If he can make it to double digits, to think how close this game would have been, and how, in fact, no, not how close, how one-sided this game would have been if Fasha, maybe a bit of a better performance from him on map 1. It's all changing now. Scenario with a 3rd, the 4th kill going to be laboured from Juan Flatro. He can't find any more. The AWP of GXX certainly does. And now the AK of Dafu has had a cracking game so far. He'll only find the 1. All 3 rounds on the CT side taken by BNE. It's map points to the Eagles. 3 tries to do it.
Bad news.
into the night. Synopsy will slip away. GXX finding Zello, and it might just be the beginning of the end. Bird from Sky, Manx, and Dafu with it all to do. But Bird from Sky, the IGL shows up. Down to 3. Bad News Eagles stands. Synopsy low HP, but it doesn't stop Juan Flatro from finding his 25th kill. And he's not done just yet. Underneath the smoke lights Dafu, and it's all on Manx. The Dutchman, or rather not the Dutchman, the Dane needs to do it all, as he does find the first. 2 more to go. Juan Flatro sits aggressive towards CT as Synopsy punches in the digits, the AWP on his back, and a rifle to his aid as well. Surely Juan Flatro would hear the steps, the AWP's position, the nade to be launched in. Juan Flatro will face Max with the first. Low HP, but Juan Flatro has it covered. Maybe from last time, the 16-1 outing for ECSTATICS on map 2. It's their pick of Vertigo. Bad News Eagles, a decent run of form on this map during the major, but against ECSTATICS it has been pretty sour. But to begin with, Juan Flatro and Rigon both with kills. Juan Flatro in fact to double up. And just like that, Zello and Dafu left in the 2-on-4 to fight for their lives. It's Utility and Kevlar, and the Rifleman dropped. It's Dafu, the big brain, left to do it all. And unfortunately for him, I don't think this round is going to be looking good. BNE already tying the amount of rounds that they got in the entirety of the last game that the last time these two teams played each other. It's looking good already to begin with here for BNE. The CT side, a ramp stack, and ECSTATICS walk right into it.
If there was ever a more unwinnable round in Counter-Strike history, I think it's that one. The bombs in this
round. Bad News Eagles in a pretty good position right now in terms of scoreline, but this round specifically, things do get difficult. Scenari will find 2, wall bang down, GXX to respond. This is a 2v2. ECSTATICS, they've fallen by the wayside, turned right around with 14 seconds left. Fasher's on the wrong side of the map. This is a save call. BNE have just stolen that round away from the Danes. What is that?
Just like that. Just like that. Low HP coming back to bite ECSTATICS in that situation. And in the end, they actually go toward B, which is what I didn't expect from that situation.
Eternal Fire, they have the like that oi, which is like the O and then the Y spam, and it's like their way to show appreciation. Is that like the Bad News Eagles way of showing appreciation? Wow. GXX will welcome a double kill in. Juan Flatro a third. Aye, indeed. Dafu will find 1 with a Tech 9, but it's 2 Galils left. Bad News Eagles, how comfortable do they stand on Vertigo now? They look like a completely different team to what we saw in their last outing.
Oh, actually, even almost transfers to Dafu as well. It would be an insane clutch from Dafu to win this one out on 39 health. He's got utility and the bomb, actually. So he can escape down the ramp with 30 seconds to go and possibly even make his way toward B, because both BNE players are lurking toward A right now. But yeah, sort of an III is a bit of a term
is it gonna stick? That's
surprise. Yeah, it's a bit of a term of surprise of the amount of rounds that BNE have won in a row, and how ECSTATICS have not managed to get away back into the series yet. Dafu, here's one coming in toward window. In comes a bit of util, but
orchestrating the members. It's like watching a game of chess with him in this map. He just knows what he's doing. And Fasher will hit the kill feed for a first. The M4A4 of Juan Flatro, good for a bit of damage, plus the 1. Max and Zello both with kills. GXX, 1 before the nade implodes, and now Scenari left in a 1 versus 2. He's had a pretty quiet game so far. Second to bottom on the kills so far himself. Flash chucked in, Scenari turns away. Looks back in towards the sandbag. Zello positioned with the AK. Scenari edging out, using the boxes as a bit of cover. He has a kit, but no smoke, which means he's going to have to dry face. As soon as he taps, he goes for a stick. 3 seconds, but Zello will have his head taken off. Slums now. They're one of the faces that we share in the promises of Tier 2. But a promise turned into demands. Rigon holds Fasher and Bird from Sky hostage, and he'll execute the entries towards ramp.
That was a brilliant spray control from Rigon, considering he has to transfer to such a tight angle as well. Only the head exposed, and he hits all the shots, and Rigon's going in for more. Goodness me, that was wild. If Zello missed that shot, he could have been on for a 4K there, Rigon. And there's so much damage being done. There's no way in here for ECSTATICS. All 4 players are around this angle. Zello, we've seen him pull off some ridiculous clutches on the A site before, and he's picked off 2 already, but only 26 health, going for a quick no-scope up close. Actually gets it, but in the end, he... Dafu. That's a really big win toward mid as well. That's a very tight angle that Rigon has towards sandbags. When I play myself, in some good old verti-global matchmaking, and it's very powerful. So to use the utility and use that smoke to get a cleaner entry was very smart. Now it's a 3v5 for BNE, and only Synopsy to defend the A bomb site. Probably no way in unless he can somehow get a couple of kills here. One will go down. Mac 10 and Bird from the Sky will advance a little bit further, but Zello's holding that line towards CT. Perfect line to hold. Big flash comes in, and Thatcher, as he advances through that smoke, can't really see too much. Gets caught off looking at two different players. And ECSTATIC, they're putting rounds on the board now. It's going to be 3, and in the end, you've got to say, Retro, MVP at the moment, Zello. Not only does he have 12 kills on the board so far as they hunt down GXX's AWP, looking to try and take this out of enemy hands. That damage on the previous round is...
To be fair, that was his first opening duel to go his way, but he's found a lot of space for this T side. Zello to find the follow-up as well. One Flatcher out of the round. Down to 3, Synopsy patiently waits behind the Molotov. Bird from Sky and Manx both to face in. The flashbang from Dafu is perfect. Nice shot from Rigon to find the first. Still plenty more souls to collect here on this A site. Bomb picked up by Bird from Sky. Try and plant it. 2 magazines left for both players as the spam continues through the smokes. Rigon. Oh, Rigon!
Oh.
He'll find the transfer to Bird from Sky as well. With 6 bullets left, he leaps towards the headshot angle and has a look towards Sandbag. Zello dinked up, and Rigon knows that he dinked him from earlier on. Manx is going to be here for supportive pressure as another dink to come in, but Zello has the second. And with 16 HP combined, the 2v2. Look for a way in. Rigon, he'll find himself the third. Very nicely taken care of. Zello and Dafu both finding kills. Now we're 2 versus 2 here, Travis. They've got to be careful because how quickly this one turns south if they're not cautious enough. GXX with the AWP. Missed shot. Dafu's taking him down. Now it's one Flatro left alone in the clutch.
Yeah, and Dafu was like, okay, I'm going to look for the kill toward connector. I think I've heard a rotation. Takes it immediately, and that just calls the bomb back to A. Straight away, no hesitation. And now, well, Thatcher has a very, very tough clutch. Does have a grenade and does have the M4. And he is coming in on the flank, actually. But Zello is about to go and check it. He is coming up past the sandbag. How far does Zello peek? That's how far. But in the end, he gets pounced on, looking for the reface, maybe expecting the information gatherer. And they now know it's definitely not the B bomb site. Up toward A we go. It's not being looked for right now, this Rigon flank, so he could still get a frag in the back here. So much presence being shown on the A site anyway. One Flatcher on the default position, and in comes that flank. Rigon, super smart. Takes Zello, that removes the AWP from the action. And Synopsy getting his frag as well might give one Flatcher and Senna a chance to push forward. That's a really smart play, actually. Even though they did a little bit of team damage, I think that was used to mask the footsteps of the player running in to deny that bomb plant. Doesn't make it happen. Looking at this as of yet, and there's the situation, but he changes his crosshair position, and that gives Synopsy an easy pickup. 4v3.
Got to be careful. Spam coming out. Oh, Synopsy. He's still having a little look. Spam. Yes, indeed. Synopsy finds it through the wall. Oh, it's brilliant. Very, very nicely done. One Flatro with another. Dafu. 1 versus 4 for the rifleman. With everything to do in this round, he will find the first, but the second hurdle is Rigon through the wall. Bad News Eagles 7, Ecstatic 8. We go to the halftime break. Can Bad News Eagles make it a 2-0? Find out.
Teams are in as they look to advance toward B now. Manx coming in from window to try and help out, but incredibly, Ecstatic have actually left the bomb site open. Pasha going in super aggressively, but Synopsy just holding everyone at bay right now. And despite that spray from Dafu, Rigon's going to trade that as he edges toward the edge of the grate. The edge of the grate. That's a tongue twister. It should force Ecstatic away to save.
They will have to do exactly that. Oh, a great shot from Rigon. Brilliant shot from Rigon there. Looking confident. Nicely done from Zello. One on the exit. Any more for him? Actually, that was filthy.
Oh, Zello, that's the run boost, I think. I think that's the run boost with the AWP. That's the good old, like the good old-fashioned chaos drop days. Oh, that was glorious.
And Fasha finds a second. The AWP picked up by Max as well. And one bit of movement spirals the BNE by completely out of control.
That is unreal. That's the way to do it. when you have an AWP looking to try and become a hero in a round, and it's done exactly that. Fasher getting that 1 kill means that they can advance forward and nab that AWP as well, as you say. What a way to do it. I hope we get to see that from Zello's POV. We all know production is superb for Republic, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Great trades from Fasher in this round as well. Gets a free AK upgrade, and even
little bits that add up. It's Bad News Eagles. They're not going to slow down. They're going to try and head towards the site. Rigon will get the deagle to Dafu. Bird from Sky will take down the Desert Eagle King himself, as one Flatro will find one more. 3 versus 3. 2 guns that could be retrieved, but more importantly, Synopsy. He's found his way out towards B. ECSTATICS rotate all the forces around. And now given a real big chance. One Flatro's got an AK as well, Synopsy. If he pushes further forward, this could be a massive flank. No one from ECSTATICS is going to expect this. If he can find Zello, it could bring everyone back around. The AWP spotted, digs down. Synopsy now in the back lines, won't expect them to be so close, but he knows that both players are there. And Scenari with a Tech 9 up close could cause more problems as the utility starts to drop on in. One Flatro nowhere to be seen, and he will be needed to come alive. But you wouldn't expect another player to go on a flank, surely not if you're Manx. And I said this round was too far gone, but it's only Bad News. Some gold and silverware here and there. We'll see. Got themselves a place in the Republic close qualifier, but in 2022, so far this year, we are yet to see them win an event. They got second in the Thunder Pick Bitcoin series. Could this be their first event breakthrough? So far, so good on the full buy. I've been blabbling on. GXX will find 1, but he's still got another 3 to find here. BNE, although win, their reign short-lived.
Yeah, this one wasn't as clean as the previous, it has to be said. ECSTATICS doing really good to pick them off one by one there. Fasher with 2 again. GXX went caught out. Yeah, I have. It's a lot of fun. You can it's the old portions of the map, right, where you actually used to be able to run on the classic old Vertigo. Well, I'll tell you what, though, I'll tell you who's not running anymore. It's Manx, and Dafu isn't either. Rigon is on a tear in this round, and Zello can't trade either. And look at this, Rigon's just holding W. Holding W like we know he loves to do, and he gets himself 3 kills from it. They do have the full utility belts available to them to go for a full execute, so maybe they're going to want to try and stop it. Does Bird from Sky go in front of the Molotov? He does, but GXX stops it. So that's back into a 4v4 now.
1 minute, 3 seconds left on the clock. Bad News Eagles, no man advantage. They are just going to have to commit, but 4 ECSTATICS players lie towards A. This is a stack like no other. Gamble to the extreme, and well, the peak is in, and the FAMASs do everything as Scenari. He dies with a nade in his hand, and that'll blow one Flatro up. Zello will find the last, and with that... Fasher, he'll fall. One Flatro to find the first kill. Hopefully gives up the AK to a teammate with a little bit more HP. He'll have to now as he's gone. Bird from Sky to collect a double. Zello with the last. And with Synopsy in a 1 versus 4. His position compromised and the bomb nowhere to be seen. It feels like it's going to be that nuke decider that we talk about. Bad News Eagles, they tried their best. And while it was a 16-1 in the last outing, this time, although closer, it will be no cigar for the Eagles. The Kosovian side will be required to play 1 more map to see if they can make it to top 4. As Synopsy patiently waits, Zello's AWP will fire away. Dafu laboured spam, but there's just too many bodies on the line. And with that, ECSTATICS...
For this one, and in the meantime, they're going to take the A-bomb side.
Flooding at the masses, Rigon's P250 to find the first. Fasher's USP will find the second. Rigon tapping away, trying to find the mark as he's impeded upon the ECSTATICS players to close the gap, but there's one thing you don't want to do, and that is close the range in when you have USPs. Fasher going to be doing exactly that in the body spam. It'll be enough to take him down. Down to 3, GXX will find 1. Lurking in and around ramp here, ECSTATICS. Are they committing towards the B site here? I don't know what the game plan is. No. The bomb's planted on A. They've gone towards B. That's the worst possible start for ECSTATICS.
They think it's B. I don't believe it. What? Guys, why are you putting smokes down on B? Why? I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless about what I've just... I mean, there was a low chance of them winning that anyway, but I can't believe... They're going to be walking into Max's 5-7 toward ramp. All 4 actually are going to be going toward this. It's a bit of an off angle. They might bait it in because of Zello's scout. More shots being shot off, and there we go. Max has a chance. Gets 1. More damage done as well, but now will have to fall away. Zello gets taken out. And he's actually managed to fall away with all of his health intact as well. There's more damage. 5-7, close range is an instant headshot. And he gets himself 3 kills from that. Insane hold. And GXX is left in a 1v3.
Brilliantly done from Manx. And now, of course, as you said, left to the AWPer of Bad News Eagles. This time with an AK in his hands and with his back turned to Medi. Burb from Sky will blast him down.
But Regon's creeping in. And Dafu might not have necessarily got the timing here. Fortunately for Regon, Zello still has eyes on it from heaven. So 5v3 again. Manx's aggression toward ramp will get punished, but he does hit a dink. So it's still very difficult for BNE to get in here.
Fasher, he'll find another. GXX and Scenari now left to do it all. The higher HP player taken out. Scenari, 17 seconds left. No chance, my friend. It's going to have to be a save. And ECSTATICS, they have themselves a 4th. A good start here to the CT side of Nuke.
And they're going to survive again with the majority of players alive, so really important. Both of Sky chasing down Celery here, playing with the ladder. I mean, it's only one bullet either which way of it, and yeah, he's going to jump. Max will spot it and fall away, not going to take any risk of losing a rifle early round. They'll try and posture that they're going to go toward Hell, but that just lets Fasher rotate down toward the glass. Gets himself one. Will get run down though. So that's an AK for Synopsy. But Dafu is here. Bomb will go down in a 4v4.
How much metal clanking right now as the ventilation system flooded with ecstatic players. We're left in a 2v2 as GXX. He'll find one. Now down to the clutches himself against Zello. Door swung open, back and forth. GXX has it.
Manx. Oh, Zello shoots a bullet. The second one will peek, and that is unfortunate for Synopsy. It looks like he wanted to check that, but Max will get it, but he won't get away. He runs straight rather than to the right. And that means he gets taken down. And because of that, they can explode toward ramp. And with that posturing they had outside, it's too much for ECSTATIC to handle. So Dafu will get found as well by GXX. Very good round from BNE. And GXX
looking to make the shooter part of the FPS saying a very quick reality for Manx. Up close, 5-7. First headshot found. Gun down in the back by Synopsy. A bit disrespectful, but it had to be done. And well, here we go, continuing on. Fasher will find the second, and the resistance being shown right now. It's a 2v2. A force investment, an AWP and an M4A1S. And the AWP will claim another. Fasher with the last. And
yeah, both of Sky's already pushed all the way through outside to the big flank. And now Zello will make his way up toward heaven. From Sky coming through door, being checked by Synopsy, but I think Synopsy might have had a great screen there. That smoke did not help him at all. Good pick back for Sky. Now just 3 players left, and Manx is directly above Regon. GXX will get one, but he realizes that there's no point chucking away his AWP here. 1 kill is enough, and he is out of there. ECSTATIC will have the free defuse, and
brilliantly taken care of, and with 38 seconds left of this round, there's got to be a move made by the Bad News Eagles side. Outside seems to be their pressure. Juan Flatro in on lobby as well. And well, the Heaven play might come in, but Bert from Sky will read into it. Synopsy takes down the lockers, man. And now the A play looks a little more formidable. Problem is there's 20 seconds left. Bert from Sky holding Fasher on site as well. Synopsy and Scenari peek in, and both kills come in, and the bomb's left up in Heaven. No chance that Juan Flatro can find this round as he runs into the jaws of Dafu. It's not, but I think it was a little bit difficult for them to just sit here and say, yes, we're going to win this, no problems at all. Did Bert from Sky just molly himself, by the way? What's this game? What's happening? Bert from Sky found team, they've gone straight. I don't even know. This is the most comedic Counter-Strike we'll watch it, but it's going to end in a BNE 4th by the looks of things. GXX.
I will say, of course, as well, is you've got to be wary of the stat that ECSTATIC, they have not won on Nuke in the last 5 attempts, and 2 of them were very close. One of them was 1917, one of them was 22-18. So they're not a stranger to a close game and not a stranger to losing one. So BNE, they'll have done their homework. They will know that. And any good streak on CT side could really get them off and running. They know how critical it is. That's why GXX got the AWP out so quickly, so early on. And he gets a nice shot toward Bert from Sky as well. Can he grab the leg of Zello? He can. And Scenari and Juan Flatru take up the last digits right now. GXX 17-11 and Regon 14 and 15. We've got Synopsy on 6. Senna on 5 and One Fletcher on 7, so they're all going to need to step up if they're to make this comeback. Already super aggressive. Synopsy goes 1 for 1, but look where Regon is. I don't think they have any idea. I think he knows he's bypassed 1, and that's the flag that GXX will take. But they're going to have no clue at all that Regon is here. This is round over. He's going to get 2 kills in the back here. He spots the bomb anyway. This is a BNE round, and they don't even know it's over yet. There's 1, and now Dafu must be wondering what on earth has just happened. Takes a dink, still gets the kill, but he'll be spammed down by One Flatru, and just like 5, I mean, 35 seconds to go. I think you probably want to take the loss bonus here if you're ecstatic, because you can't really buy next round. Fasher, oh, the timing for Synopsy, that's awful. Right, that's Fasher's 20th kill. Seneri needs to show up, and he does get the 1. I think that should be enough, because the rotations are coming in. He's wasted enough time. That's a really good job, actually. Dafu, I think, can plant, and oh my goodness, Fasher is on a tear again. 3 kills from him in this round, even looking for the ace, possibly. And Dafu, what was that? What on earth was that from Dafu? Now he's got a 1v1 to play out, and he hits the last as well! What was that shot from... Seneri is in that spot again, toward the edge of the rafters, and he might be in the best spot possible to deny this. 20 seconds to go. Zello will fake the plant, though, and that reveals Zello's position. Or the grenade. He has to leap away from that one, but it does push them into the vents. Problem is, Synopsy's in the vents with that Mag 7. 8 seconds. Bomb can be planted comfortably, and they know where Seneri was. 1v2. Again, Ecstatic working it out to perfection here.
Waiting. Zello caught out Seneri. He has a chance. Fasher holding the shift key. Seneri with no kit, so he's going to have to move fast. Fasher arriving just where Seneri came from. A tap of the bomb. He expects the vent push. He expects someone to come from single door. But now his eyes set on Fasher's position. But it's Ecstatic map and series point. Their opportunity, their window opened. And it will be towards A that they look towards for now. I'm wondering, does this quite quickly change into a ramp rush? They've got 25 seconds. This has been played so slowly. BNE have no utility to hold on. That molly sets them back even further. An MP9 push from Synopsy will only give up the game. The bomb will make its way towards A. One Flatro caught out, but Rigon, 1D finds the first. Spamming away, can't find a second. But Seneri with a double. 7 seconds left. The scout will find 1. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Is there enough time? It's going to be close. Oh, Zello has it. And now the 1 versus 1. The orb drawn.
Wow.
The curtain's drawn. And